One of the hardest moments in dementia caregiving is realizing it may no longer be safe for your loved one to drive. What makes this moment so confusing is that it rarely begins with something dramatic. It starts with small things: a missed turn, a dent on the car, a near miss that gets blamed on another driver. Nothing catastrophic, just unsettling. Driving is actually one of the first places where dementia can become dangerous. Not because driving is the first ability to change, but because the stakes are so high when mistakes happen behind the wheel. Your entire brain is involved in driving. It requires attention, judgment, spatial awareness, visual processing, and rapid decision making. By the time driving feels clearly unsafe, cognitive changes behind it have often been developing quietly for years. There's another cognitive change that makes this moment especially difficult for families. In dementia, the brain often loses the ability to accurately recognize its own limitations. We call this a loss of insight. The person may sound confident, they may insist they are safe, they may minimize close calls. That is not simply denial, it is neurological. That is why conversations about driving so often turn into arguments. Driving is not just transportation. It is identity, it is independence, and it is control. People care. They simply do not know how to navigate this the right way. And when it's not handled well, caregivers often end up the bad guy. How you handle this moment determines whether your loved one feels stripped of control or supported through change. Dementia may rob a loved one of their skills and abilities, but it will never rob them of their humanity. Caregivers often have to step in to manage high-risk situations like driving, but it must be done in a way that preserves dignity. Otherwise, the caregiver becomes the bad guy. If you want to understand the dementia journey more clearly so you can navigate moments like this with confidence, subscribe to my newsletter at betterdementia.com.